Welcome back to the Midwest Degenerates. My name is Alex. He's Caleb.
How's it going, everybody?
We're back at you with another episode. A lot of like we talked on Monday, a lot of big events happening this week. Gold medal game coming up in women's hockey tomorrow morning. Go USA. Men are into the semifinals after a tough game against Sweden today. Looking good for the USA. Canada eked it by. I think we rolled those fuckers. Oorah. Um, Yeah, and a UFC card this weekend, Hernandez versus Strickland. That's going to be the main topic of the episode. We're going to try and break down every fight in depth, which honestly, viewers, this is going to be a change up here. I'm going to go ahead and switch our main view for this podcast. Phil, fucking work with me here. I'm going to go ahead and switch our main view for this portion of the podcast to our fight by fight picks, since we're kind of just going through here. Um, So Caleb, I don't know if you looked up this women's fight to start the card. I think it's kind of weird to start a fight card off with a piss break myself. Um,
Um, what's the names on it? You
Mil-
know more than I do.
Juliana Miller and Carly Judice. I looked into it. They're both. Let me pull up the extended or the UFC's official things here. Miller is 5-3. Judice is 5-2. Both coming off of wins in their last fight. Miller has 3 wins in the UFC, 3 wins by submission, one by KO. Judice, all of her wins are by KO.
Mm.
Personally, on my end, in this fight, I think I'm gonna roll with Juliana Miller, just because she has the grappling edge. Judice is kind of a pure striker. Miller, if you look at her fight stats, I'll pull up her fighter profile here. She doesn't have the best striking accuracy, but it shows here that significant strikes by position. She does a good job at getting strikes off for a women's MMA fight, especially on an early prelim. So I'll give her the nod in terms of getting the win in this piss break. They both get wins by knockout. So I think what I would do with this one is I would take Miller to win and then under 2.5 rounds.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you there. Just for some reason in this type of matchup that we
Ooh,
have here,
I am
just that.
significantly wrong. So the issue, or what I didn't realize, is I on the UFC's website you can go and look for each matchup the significant strike differential, the grappling differential, significant grappling edge to Miller, two takedown average per fight, whereas her striking numbers aren't as good, like 2.73 significant strikes landed per minute to Judice's 10, almost 11. But at the same time, Judice absorbs 8 strikes a minute while dishing out 10. So that tells me that she isn't really having much defense going for her. So that does kind of sway. I'm pretty sure Miller here is the oh, fucker. Gotta do this. Yeah, I'm pretty sure here on the fight card, let me look at it here. Yeah, so Miller is the heavy underdog. Actually, I may be taking a wrong pick here, but I like the grappling. That's the thing. They have the grappling edge gain takedowns. Judice is a minus 950 favorite. Um, how we do things around here, I think I'd either have to go Judice by KO or submission, for just like a safe pick, or to roll with Miller money line. I don't think I'd want to parlay it just with how those odds are looking. I don't feel like there's a need to.
Yeah, I'm just the numbers are kind of scaring me a little bit. Not really wanting to go um straight money line here, but I think I am willing to take total rounds. I think I'm going to take the over 1.5. on the total rounds.
I'll go ahead and I'll put that on our slip here. Round betting. No, total rounds over 1.5. All right, I like that.
That's about the safest bet I can see on that one because those lines scare me too much.
Way too wild. Way too wild.
'Cause I have a feeling they know some we don't know. I know you say the UFC is usually pretty good about staying on top of all that shit. I feel like there might be some insider information leaking out here.
Part of me feels like we could be seeing a drastic line shift here in the next few days.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, moving on to our second fight on the prelims of the night. Uh, Jordan the Monkey King Leavitt versus Yadier DelValle. I probably butchered that. I'm a lot better with Eastern names than I am with Southern names, so I'm sorry if I fucked that up for you, Cuban man. Um, Leavitt 12-3 coming off a win. Yadier, he's 10-0 coming off a win. Equal in height. Yadier moving up from featherweight. Leavitt has a reach advantage, but he's a submission guy, so that doesn't really mean too much, except for having lankier arms. Leg reach, Yadier has the advantage. Most of the predictions are saying no KOs, which I can agree with that. I don't see this fight being a fucking knockout. Submission. If you look here, a lot of the predictions, or most of the predictions, the largest margin is on Leavitt by sub, which weight advantage, Yadier moving up a weight class, so he'll be more comfortable with the weight class moving up, not having to drain the weight on the weight cut. That'll be nice for him, but at the same time, you're just forcing weight on your frame that you wouldn't naturally have. Whereas Leavitt is a natural 155er. He isn't moving up. He's just sticking to what he knows how to do. And the only concerning thing I have, though, of note with this fight that I can think of off the top of my head is Leavitt's only loss that I can think of here recent. I mean, he's had a couple here recently. I'd have to go back and look at who the other one besides Patty was. Chase Hooper. Yeah, Chase Hooper's a fucking dog. Leavitt does really good against lower level talent, whereas like whenever he fought Patty, he got whooped by Patty. Whenever he fought Chase Hooper, he got whooped by Chase Hooper. So what I'm finding is that whenever he goes against fighters that are better at grappling and submissions than he is, he doesn't tend to do well. And looking at this guy's record, Yadier, I'm kind of worried that is kind of the case we're seeing here, where Yadier is going to be better than him in the grappling department and just kind of take the dub.
Yeah, but you gotta think here though. Leavitt's coming back. Like this is his first match back in how long? I
True,
mean,
true.
obviously you know more than I do. But he's gonna want to come out. He's gonna want to prove like, hey, I still belong here.
Yeah,
Stop talking shit about me.
his last fight was almost a full year ago. Yeah, and
Yeah,
everyone does
and
not hating, no hate to the gay folks out there, but people do shit on him for being gay or thinking that he's gay, and I do feel like that is like you get gay insults thrown your way in a promotion like this, that's gonna motivate you. That's gonna drive you. You're gonna want to fucking go harder. You're gonna want to be like, all right, you think I'm gay? You think I'm gay? I'm gonna beat the fuck out of you. So I like Jordan. I do like that. I do like Jordan Leavitt. I do think that he is a good underdog here.
yeah, and then if you wanted to add it on here to it, I'm not saying you have to. I was looking at the round props.
Hmm.
It's over under 1.5.
I like the over.
So yeah, I like the over because I don't see it going. I don't see it going the distance. I see it getting out of that first round. So I mean, yeah, they'll have to make it past the what is it, 2 minute 30-second mark. But I feel like if somebody's gonna tap, or if DelValle is gonna tap, it's gonna be like right there in the last minute of the round, just because he's just getting completely choked out for the whole round, just can't take it anymore.
Oh, absolutely. And I will say with that, I parlayed the over with how fight will end via submission.
All right.
I feel like that's a pretty safe bet considering how both of these guys are.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I mean, there's not much difference in the money line. I mean, what is it for Leavitt to win by submission?
well,
Plus
see,
360 or something like that.
plus 310. The thing is, though, is if you take submission, even if, like, just straight up how fight will end submission, even if Leavitt doesn't win, you still profit. Or, like, your bet doesn't lose.
Oh,
So that's why I'm taking, like, I like Leavitt, like, I like Leavitt as a dog, but, the one thing I do, like, is almost as a damn lock is the fucking, fight to end by submission. Like, Leavitt's 2 losses that he's had have come by submission, and all of his wins have been by submission, damn near. So, I feel like that's a pretty safe lock. All the other guy, big submission artist, just gonna be a submission match. I feel.
all right. Yeah, I went ahead and added that to my slip.
All
I
right,
kind of like that play a little bit better, but
it's
on a
just a
personal slip for the personal bank, I will probably be putting just straight Levitt money line,
uh,
just
Monkey King.
just
Fuck yeah,
because.
guy with the name Monkey King. I'm gonna put a little bit of change on him for the sake of it too. Shit. Um, Looking to our next matchup here, we got John Paul, uh, Lebosnan, Lebosn, no, fuck, Jean Paul Lebosniani, close enough, versus Phil Rowe. Um, it's Jean Paul's debut matchup. That tells I don't know anything about this guy because he's coming off the regional scene, but him being a debut fighter, 11 or 9-2 against Phil Rowe. Phil Rowe is a good grappler, but the one thing with Phil Rowe is that he does lose a good amount, and when he loses, it's not pretty, and even when he wins, it isn't the prettiest thing. Absolutely nothing against Phil Rowe. If you win this fight, good on you, man. You have an insane reach advantage here. Um, but I gotta go with John Paul. I think he's just gonna like shorter guy. I think he's just gonna be able to box the brakes off you.
Well, you said this is his debut match, correct?
Yeah, so there could be a little bit of rust. There's always a little bit of rust stage fright. It's just the matter of if you go like on the UFC website, significant strikes. Jean Paul has 10 landed per minute to Phil Rowe's 3.5. Barely the differential and absorbed is like not like 5.29 to 4.12. Jean Paul better defense. Uh, ooh, that's the only thing though is Phil Rowe. He likes to grapple, and he doesn't do it that often, but he does. Like I've seen, like he did a grappling match against Craig Jones in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. He'll get around and fuck around and random grappling shit. So I could see him going for something against this guy because John Paul he is a pure striker, but at the same time I don't know. The striking difference is the defining factor here for me. This guy's average fight time is fucking 1 minute, dude. Jean Paul averages 1 minute of cage time.
Yeah, but that's also on the regional scene, and I've been to a regional fight up at the fairgrounds in Fargo, North Dakota,
Let me go to Tapology.
where what's that?
There's another website they use for tracking MMA stats, Tapology. It like will tell you, or you're able to pull up like all different every fighter's like personal page and like what their record is and whatnot. Um,
Well, from what I've seen, from the match I went to up there in Fargo, uh, you'll have somebody that's like undefeated on the regional scene, but whenever you go and watch them, they're fighting Gary from down the road that got in an argument with his neighbor over the way they were mowing the lawn, and thinks he's tough shit, and that's who they're fighting against.
Early on, it definitely. I mean, I don't recognize any of these names, which is definitely a scary sight when I'm putting money on someone. But it seems like he has like it isn't like his average fight time is a minute in the cage, but his fights, like he has a unanimous decision win. His only two losses in MMA both came to TKO, which definitely is something to note there. Um, who's I'm gonna look at these guys. I have a okay, no, that guy's a champion somewhere. Jacobe Jones. One of the guys he lost to has a name of Big Toe, which I feel like that's a not a good sight. 3-2-3. Yeah, I think it's so hard. I think I'm still gonna go John Paul, but Phil Rowe, like in an upset, like so for our picks, if you wanted a parlay, uh, so what I'm gonna go John Paul money line on this. That's just all I could, or I think I'll take him double point or double chance. Jean Paul by KO or on points. Um, I think that's my bet that I'll take for this. But at the same time, a good like honestly just a straight up fade on us would be Phil Rowe money line. Has about the
Well,
same value.
I wouldn't necessarily say on us because I am
Yeah,
going to
you're
take the
taking
row money
you're
line.
taking Rowe money line.
It's dude's first fight in like on the actual like UFC. I think I think the lights are going to be a little bit too bright for him. He's going to go in there cocky, you know, kind of like like you were saying, pointing out on his page how a lot of his wins came from like kind of nobodies on the regional circuit. I just think they're overhyping this guy. I think he's going to go in there and he's going to get fucking choked out. I don't think he'll get knocked out, but I see him getting in with somebody that's got some actual experience, that's a veteran in the fucking cage. I think he's going to get choked out just to get taught a lesson.
All right, I'll go ahead and I'll add that for the viewer. I'll add in the comments the alternate pick if y'all aren't feeling the Phil Rowe. Um, but I do like the numbers on Phil Rowe a little bit more. Um, our next matchup here, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce these fuckers' names. Ramiz Brahimaj versus Punahele Soriano. Both of these guys coming off of wins, similar records, similar reach, similar height. Uh, Soriano better on the striking game than Brahimaj. They both absorb the same amount of strikes, which is something interesting there. Uh, both shoot the same amount of takedowns. Soriano more accurate, better defense from Brahimaj. Higher submission average is way different. Like Brahimaj, it goes for 2 a fight compared to 0.15 for Soriano.
Well, what I'm seeing here, the line has shifted since it went live.
What was it at?
Whenever it first opened, Punahele was minus 125 favorites, and now they're plus 106 dogs.
Hmm. That's fucking weird.
I mean, granted, it's not really a big shift. They pretty much just flip flopped. I mean, it's a pick a mod. It's doing what pick a mods do. I figured I'd like to point that out for the viewers, or for the listeners out there if you're on Spotify, uh, just to make them aware that the line has shifted since it first went live.
Ooh, I'm taking Soriano.
We're taking Punahele.
Absolutely. Soriano, his fighting record, well, not the prettiest. Like, okay, so let me put it this way: Uros Medic is our co-main event for the evening against Geoff Neal. Soriano has a win last year over Medic
Ooh.
by KO in the first round. So personally, I see that he's on a three fight win streak. I don't know who the fuck his last loss was to, but I know Kopylov is a good fighter. I think I got to hammer the Soriano pick on this. Brahimaj just doesn't have like he would like. I recognized like one or two names on that fucking fight page, and he takes a lot more like recently he's not like they're both on win streaks, but at the same time, Brahimaj his win streak is against significantly lower competition.
Ooh, and another thing, I'm just kind of putting two and two together. We might want to fade the heavier wrestlers a little bit or some of the bigger guys because the fight is in Houston in the afternoon. We're in the month of February and it's humid as fuck in Houston in February.
As the great Derek Lewis once said, "My balls is hot," and threw his fucking shorts to the crowd. I do like that. I do like that pick. I mean, they're both wrestlers at that weight class, but it's just Soriano. Soriano can punch a head off. I don't think Brahimaj can punch a head off.
I'm just throwing that out there because it could play a big factor into the cardio because that air is going to be heavy. Some of those bigger guys, they're not going to be able to get the oxygen in that they need just because of how heavy that air is going to be.
And Brahimaj, he's in the States. And don't get me wrong, Soriano's in the States too. What kind? Punahele Soriano, he's either fucking Hawaiian or he's a New Zealander. So that motherfucker can handle altitude.
Yeah, and humidity. He's going to be used to that shit. He's got iron lungs. He's good.
Yeah, the climate in Houston is going to fit him perfectly. And also now that I know that he is of the what do they call that shit in WWE? The bloodline.
Samoan.
Well, no, like I know like it's Samoan, but like then they call it like the bloodline.
Yeah, the bloodline, the fuck.
Let me put it
Uh
this way: I think this guy could knock out the tribal chief.
oh yeah. I mean, Joe's a fucking pussy.
I agree. I agree. Um, moving up, number 14, Joselyne Edwards versus number 12, Nora Cornoli. Joselyne Edwards, Joselyne Edwards, Joselyne Edwards. Better striker, better grappler. There's, I don't know what else I can really say there. She's just better, and she's not French.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you on there. Like to the viewers, I'm still new to the UFC. Before this year, the last time I had watched UFC was whenever Conor McGregor was doing his thing before he fought fucking Floyd
Mayweather.
Mayweather for the first time. So that's been how long now? Like
Shit,
fucking
that
10
was
years?
like nine, 9 or 8 years.
Yeah.
I think it was like
So
17.
it's been a while. I've been out of the sport for a bit. So
We're getting
I'm
it back
coming
in.
back into it. I'm getting myself more knowledgeable. Bear with me. It's a growing process. We're going to grow together.
The more events you watch, the more names you'll recognize. The more names you recognize, the more you're able to say, "Oh, I know how this fucker fights. I know how this fucker fights. This person's winning. This person isn't." You know.
A lot
He's
of what I've been doing is I've been doing live bets on the slips like as they're starting, and I'll go based solely off of their entrance music.
if Justin Gaethje, that was a good pick on your part.
Yeah, as soon as I heard fucking Garth Brooks, that first fucking strum of the guitar, I was like, this motherfucker is winning. There's no way he's losing. If you come out the Standing Beside the Fire by Garth Brooks, if you lose, you might as well drive down to the fucking Home Depot, pick up a wobbly stool and 6 feet of rope and do yourself a favor.
Shit. Um, that's a good strategy. I can't lie. There was a one Mike Perry. He was supposed to walk out to the Halo theme song, like the video game, and they accidentally gave him fucking Halo by Beyonce, and he just had to he just had to fucking improvise and just started singing Halo while he was walking out there.
So that 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 reminds me. There's this guy in the WWE. I know we keep going back to it, even though it's like not related at all. But there's this guy on there, Kit Williams, where his whole persona is he's like an ultra feminist. He walks around wearing fucking Bratz doll t-shirts and shit.
Hmm.
And after we get off the pod, listen to his entrance song, and I have a feeling you will get like you will have the same reaction to that as whenever you had the dude coming out to Halo by Beyonce.
Well, he was like, "Oh shit, this is the wrong song," and then he just improv started singing. It was great.
Well, no, this dude, he fucking
He
he
owns
rocks
it.
with it. Like, yeah, he vibes with it. He fucking sings with it going down there. It's just it catches you off guard.
I definitely can see that. I definitely could see that. What was his name? I'm gonna look him up real quick. Kip Williams.
Kit Williams.
It pops. Let me type it in WWE because it pops up some fucking like kids writer. Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah,
Is this like modern or is this like an old guy?
this is modern.
Dude, all of the shit I'm seeing, I saw him with Zack Ryder, so I was like, this guy gotta be like, this gotta be an old talent.
Oh no, it's not Zack Ryder anymore.
It's
It's
Matt
Matt
Cardona.
Cardona.
Yeah, still Zack Ryder in my heart.
Yeah.
Um, shit. Moving on to our next fight on the night, we have try and pronounce these fuckers' names. Alden Correa versus Luis Gurule. Luis Gurule is coming off of two losses in the promotion. I will say for Luis, he has lost to decent competition. Ode Osbourne fighting one fight above him. I think his name, what's his name? Fucking, it's Aguilar. I know that, but I can't remember his first name. Oh, Jesus Aguilar, yeah. Um, both really good in the flyweight division, so I'm not judging him too harshly on those losses. Um, he has a good record outside of the UFC. He was 10-0 before entering the promotion. He's gone 0-2 since. Alden Korea, he has one fight against Alessandro Costa. Uh, who's I can't. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can really give him credit here. He beat his competition. Like he's lost to the only good competition he's faced. He's beat the bums in his career, and he's lost to the good competition. And then Korea, who I don't have any intel on. Personally, looking at this, I see this as a. It's only Korea's second fight in the promotion. Granted, it's also Gurule's third fight in the promotion. But Gruel's on a two-fight losing streak. UFC, if you're entering the promotion, you lose your first two. Usually you get a third, and then if you can't win your third, you're cut. So I feel like Gruel is knowing that he's on his last chance. Let me look at the striking. Gurule has better striking. Um, Gurule has better striking. Korea has better defense on the striking. Korea better, way better grappling. Oh, that may be, but he doesn't go for submissions, which is the thing. Um, just looking at this right now, um, they don't show the fight lines, which is dumb. I have to go and look at that myself. Korea's a heavy dog or a heavy favorite with Gurule being a dog. Honestly, I kind of like I see this going one of two ways. A boring unanimous decision where Korea gets a takedown and then just does nothing with it for the whole round, and then the round ends and then it restarts and then he does it again. I could see that happening. Or I see Gurule locking in saying this is my last fucking fight in the promotion if I don't win this shit. Embracing those 10 wins that he's got in his career and getting this fucking shit done. Personally, I think he can get this shit done, which is why I think I'm going to rock with the plus 220 uh, dog line on that.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I like him coming off of the 2 losses, be a good bounce back win for him, and I mean his career's pretty much riding on it. He's either if he loses this, he's either got to go back down to the regionals, or he's pretty much got to go pick up a job as a Walmart door greeter because of the CTE that he's gonna have.
Yeah, I mean he lost
So
by
I
KO.
think,
He lost by KO in his first fight, and then unanimous decision in his second. But I'd argue that his second opponent was way better than his first opponent. So knowing that he was able to go the distance with him gives me a little bit more confidence as well. Sorry to cut you off there.
and in that first fight too that he lost, especially by you said technical knockout or just straight knockout.
It just says KO TKO. I can't remember off the top of my head if it was a straight
All right.
KO.
Well, so coming off of a knockout in your first fight, you know, kind of like I said earlier with dude making his debut, I feel like that might have been one of those situations where the lights just got too bright for him, and he kind of felt like he was in over his head too much. He was too what's the word for it? He was in a mental warfare with himself
Mm-hmm.
during it, and he just wasn't able to do what he's capable of doing in a sense, if that makes any sense to you at all.
Oh no, 100%. Also, this another thing I forgot to mention: 125ers. These guys are going to be fast as fuck. You're going to see hella movement. You're going to think they're going crazy, but really they're just moving like crazy. Um, that's just a thing I forgot to mention. You'll the more you watch, like I said, you're just getting back in. The more you watch these fucking flyweights, you'll understand what I mean. They swing like fucking crazy, but it just like I don't want to say it's like they have no impact on their swings, but neither of them will go down, and they'll just be swinging for 15 minutes straight. Um, yeah, and also Gurule has way cooler tattoos. Way like I don't even think Korea has any, but Gurule is loaded with some dope ass tattoos, which gives me confidence.
Well, isn't it pretty much a requirement in the UFC if you want to win a fight, you got to have at least one tattoo?
I feel like it is. Which that's actually a great segue into our next matchup because one of our competitors in this matchup has only one tattoo, and the other has none because he is from Kazakhstan.
All right, you know what? Just to see if we are correct here, we need to take the dude with the one singular tattoo.
Uh, if the odd is crazy, I may not. Oh, he's only plus 110. I'll take that. Ode Osbourne plus 110. He's a hit or miss fighter in the flyweight division. And I've seen a few of his fights. I've seen him go the distance with some good fighters. I've seen him take care of some prospects, being a crafty vet. I've seen it go both ways with this guy. Uh, Idris, ooh, this is actually interesting. Usually these guys are heavy grapplers, but Adiris, Ode Osbourne versus Alibi Adiris. Uh, Usually when it comes to these guys from the Caucasus region of the world, that far east, They tend to be heavy grapplers. They don't tend to be as much strikers, but crazy good grappling. But with Alibi Adiris, we're seeing no grappling from this guy in the UFC so far, which he also could be coming off of like his first fight. Yeah, he did. He won by some, or no, he lost. Oh, yeah, I'm pounding Ode Osbourne money line on this one. I don't even need to look into stats. We're gonna go with the superstition of the one tattoo.
And just so we can clarify something here, you said he lost in his first match. He just had his first match, correct? And he lost?
Yeah, by submission.
I'm starting to see a pattern there too.
Oh, it's a very common thing. You see guys coming from other promotions, they lose. Like, there was one guy, he got cut from the promotion recently. His name was Patchy Mix. He came over from Bellator as like, he was in the top 15 worldwide rankings for bantamweight, and he was the only one that was fighting outside of the UFC. Dude literally had two fights in the UFC, lost both of them, and then got cut. Well, he lost two, and I think he popped for. I could be wrong, but I think he popped for steroids, and then he got cut.
I just speaking of Bellator, I just seen something it popped across my Facebook feed a couple days ago for the Valley News Network up there in Fargo. But I can't remember his name, but some Fargo local got signed to the Bellator.
I didn't even know the Bellator was still going. I thought they got bought out completely by PFL. Um,
I think they're still going in a sense, if not like the same Bellator, then it's just like
an offshoot or something.
yeah, just like an offshoot or like some sort of like UFC minor league promotion type thing,
Yeah,
like a regional, like super regional kind of thing.
yeah, like an LFA type. Of LFA is like their main regional scene.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's fucking dope, dude. I knew there was a guy who used to come to all my wrestling practices. He was on the wrestling team before. He was on the wrestling team and then graduated and then immediately jumped into training MMA. And he would come and like practice with us and like help us out at practice and whatnot. It was really cool. I don't know whatever happened to him. Can't remember his name, but I hope he's doing good. Um, On to our next matchup though. Issue with this one, neither of them have tattoo. Well, that's a tattoo on that guy's arm. We got Chidi Njokuani versus Carlos Leal. Njokuani is 25-11-0. Carlos Leal 22-7-0. Both coming off of losses, significant reach advantages for Njokuani. Um,
I'm seeing Chitty has a 6-inch reach advantage,
yeah,
which
crazy.
that could that could pay out big in his favor.
Big height advantage, big reach advantage, big leg reach advantage.
And
Um,
also from the research I have done, Leal he can get stunned easily. From what I've seen, if he gets caught with a jab just right, he can get stunned. And I feel
yeah,
like Chitty will be able to take advantage of that with how experienced he is. I mean, granted, both of them have a great amount of experience here, but Chitty's he's had a few more matches. I feel like he's gonna really be able to take advantage of Leal getting stunned.
yeah. And another thing with Liao that I'm noticing just from looking at the stats right here, Liao he has he lands a great amount of strikes per minute, but the issue with him is he absorbs a shit ton of strikes per minute. And Jakani he pretty much has like so he has five like 4.72 strikes per minute, which is almost five. We'll call it that. Absorb per minute 2.64, so 2.6 or 2.5. So he's like double, like he's a lot better at defense compared to Liao, and I feel like that will be the game changer. Liao has a
And
grappling advantage, but I don't really see that playing a factor because he doesn't go for it too often.
Yeah, and if he wants to try and really land anything with any power behind it, he's going to have to get in there real close and personal with him and open himself up,
Dirty
and that's just
boxing.
going to lead him. That's going to lead him to failure.
Yeah, I can't. I don't. I wouldn't want a dirty box against fucking Chidi Njokuani. Would not want to do that. Would not want to get in the pocket and fucking clinch with him. So I think we're gonna ride with Chidi Njokuani. He's an underdog here, which is interesting. So a lot of underdog picks on our slip, but faith in
And,
him.
and just from what I've been seeing too in the matches I've seen, whenever you have a guy with those long ass arms too, if they get in real close with them, they can use that fucking elbow like it's a goddamn baseball bat.
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, they fucking can. If I see a guy throwing elbows, it gets me more excited than anything else in the fucking world, dude. I cannot explain it. It is a beautiful sight. Um,
Like like I shit you not, it feels like one of those connecting is like Aaron Judge making really, really good contact with a baseball.
100%. It's almost identical. I honestly I don't know which one would be worse, taking an air judge baseball bat to the face or a UFC fighter fucking elbow to the face at like max wind up, max power. I feel like they both hurt about the same.
We need to get a sports science on that.
Yeah, get like one of those fucking ballistic skeletons.
Yeah. Well, no, we need to get ESPN. If you are hearing this, give us a sports science episode on that. We don't want anything from it. We just want to know. We just want the information. You can have full credit for it. We just want to know.
We need to know. We need this information. Also bring back sports science. They don't do that anymore, and I wish they did.
Yeah, they need to bring that back too.
That concludes the prelim picks there. Looking here, I'll recap real quick for the audio viewers or audio listeners. Viewers doesn't make sense. Leavitt versus Yadier over 1.5. Fight ending via submission. Miller versus Judice over 1.5. Phil Rowe moneyline versus Jean Paul Lobosanoyani. Uh, Noyani. Punahele Soriano moneyline. Joselyne Edwards moneyline. Lewis Gurule plus 220 moneyline. Ode Osbourne moneyline. Chidi Njokuani moneyline. 9 leg, same game parlay, $1 to win 1,096. Smack a fucking ruse. Moving over to our main card here. Less matchups, of course, but more high profile ones. Starting off, we got Zachary Reese versus Michel Pereira. Or Michel Pereira, however you pronounce it. Zachary Reese, I've watched him get beat up on by half the middleweight division on their way up to the rankings. Mikel Pereira, I've seen him backflip coup de grace onto somebody inside of the ring. So Mikel Pereira moneyline.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you have you in your
Whatever you
research? Did you watch his highlights?
I did not. I
You
need
need
to
to.
I need to go watch that. I feel like that's a spiritual awakening.
Literally does a backflip coup de grace onto his fucking opponent. And they didn't. They literally like his opponent was complaining like, "Oh, that's illegal. You can't do that in a fight. That's not allowed." And literally everyone was just like, "Nah, man, that was so fucking cool. Just shut the fuck up." I will pull up this page here for the viewers. Zachary's 10-2 win. Well, apparently hasn't gotten beat up by half the middleweight division. He's gotten beat up by the middleweight division, hasn't he? Apparently he hasn't, and I'm thinking of a different fighter. Oh no, there he is. There he is. Bakoev. Yeah, that was the guy I watched him lose to. Yeah, I don't know. I like the Mikel Pereira money line. He's too goated. He's on a 3 fight losing streak too, which I feel like that just means he's gotta get his head in the fucking fight.
Who is that again?
Oh, Mikel Pereira. He has a crazy ass highlight reel, but he's on a 3 fight losing streak.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have to pull off a win here soon then, or else he might be at the risk of getting cut.
I completely agree with you on that. That's why I'm taking his money line in this matchup here. Uh, yeah. Uh, Kind of jumping into this next one real quick. Why is it tweaking? There we go. Fuck. We got Jacobe Smith at welterweight versus Josiah Harrell. Both of these fighters coming in at 11-0. Josiah Harrell is a prospect, first fight in the promotion. Jacobe Smith, his last fight was by a win in the promotion. 3 fight height advantage or 3 inch height advantage for Jacobe Smith. Well, there's actually no stats available for Josiah Harrell because he I guess he's like a brand new fucking addition to this fight card. Um,
All right.
Looking at the wins though, they do have the wins. Uh, Harrell is kind of a split fighter. Jacoby Smith is mainly a knockout artist. Both have the same amount of decision wins. Uh, Holy shit! I'm taking Jacoby Smith.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it's Harrell's first match or first fight, I'm not taking him at all.
Take a guess at how many fights on average Jacoby Smith lands throughout a fight.
How many significant strikes?
Or how many takedowns?
Oh, how many takedowns? Since you said holy shit, I'm going to assume it's right around 10.
7.5, dude. 90% accuracy, 100% defense. Crazy. He has pretty damn good significant strikes too. 6 landed per minute to 2 absorbed per minute. I genuinely do not see a world that Harrell pulls this one out.
Yeah. I feel like that might wind up being probably the safest bet of the night right there. The safest favorite bet of the night.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we
Because
don't
I,
have the additional picks we did with the others. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
oh no, I was just saying, I really feel like tonight's going to be the night of the underdogs. Like, I feel like there's going to be a lot of upsets on this fight card.
Oh, I do too. The prelims especially, and then I can see a few happening here on the main card as well. Um, Jacoby Smith just if I could take him by double chance, I'd take him by knockout or by points. He does a good amount of, or he'll do both of them in a fight. Um, or he'll either finish it or he has decision wins, and then he also has like a shit ton of knockouts. So if I could bet him by double chance there, I would do that. Probably lower the line a little bit, but Jacoby Smith all the way on that one. This next fight, um, I also see it as another one of those upset picks. Number 9 Ante Delia versus Serghei Spivac. Uh, Both of these guys coming off a loss. Ante Delia only 2 fights in the promotion. He's lost both of, or he won against Marcin Tibera, and then he lost against Valdez Acosta. Spivac. Spivac is what I like to call the definition of a crafty fucking vet. Let me tell you. Spivac gets in big name matchups, like his last 5 are against Derek Lewis, Cyril Gahn, Marcin Tibera, Jailton Almeida, and Cortez Acosta. So two mutual opponents there. He beat Tibera just like the other guy did, Ante Delia. He lost to Costa, same as fucking Delia. But Spivac, he's a crafty veteran. He's been around the promotion. He's got fucking like looking here, he's got 14 or 15 fucking fights in the promotion. I'm taking Spivac as the 106 underdog or 124 underdog all the fucking way.
Yeah, this is another line that shifted actually. It pretty much flip flopped. Spivac was minus 160. Ante, I'm not even going to pronounce that. I'm not even going to attempt that last name. But he was plus 135, so they've pretty much flip flopped. Um, I think the only way I can see Spivac losing this one, from what I've seen, is if he can't get Ante into the clinch early. If he can get him into the clinch early, I'm talking within like the first 3 minutes of the first round. I feel like he's just going to be able to have his way with him, and it's going to be like fucking Bubba in the prison cell.
Oh, I completely
Like
agree.
he's just going to make him his little bitch.
I could see it 100%.
But that being said,
Weight advantage for Spivac too by like 25 pounds.
yeah, the only way I can see Spivac somehow managing to lose this match or this fight is if he can't get that clinch early, because then he's going to have to uh what's the
Stand
word
in
I'm
the
looking
open. He's gonna
for?
have to fucking stand and bang, and he just Spivac is not the guy to do that.
Yeah. Like he's going to have to improvise on the fly, and whenever he's out there in the middle of the ring, working on his feet, he's not the best at it from what I've seen. Like he can get it done if he absolutely has to. He's just not very consistent with it.
No, 100%. He uses striking as a method to like. There are fighters who are straight grapplers. There are fighters who are strikers, and then there are guys who are strikers to set up grappling, or who grapple to set up striking. And Spivak is definitely one of those guys who he's mainly just striking to set up his grappling game. Um, yeah, so we got the Spivak plus 124 pick on that one. Um, Featherweight bout up next. Dan Ige versus Melquizael Costa. Melquizael Costa, he's been on a fucking win streak. He's been doing his fucking thing. Oh, he's on a 5-fight win streak. His last fight was in 2020, or his last loss was in 2023. Dan Ige, I respect Dan Ige. He comes in short notice. Like he lost his last fight against Patricio Pitbull for however the fuck you pronounce it. Um won against Sean Woodson, lost to Lerone Murphy, lost to Diego Lopez on. Here's the thing that people sleep on, right? Dan Ige lost to Diego Lopez by decision. He made it all the fucking way against him. Um, oh, shit. I'm trying to think here. He is a crafty vet. I have said that I like the crafty vet picks, but I think I got to go with Malik Wazell still. Just the fight or the win streak he's on, the way he fights. I could just 100%. I could 100%
Yeah,
see Malik Wazell just dog walking Danny Gay.
yeah, and you can kind of tell too. I mean, I'm sure I could just be seeing this or just wanting to see it whenever I'm watching it, but it feels like momentum really plays a part into these fights.
Yes.
Like if you get a guy coming off of like say a 4 or 5 fight win streak, he's more than likely going to keep it going just because he knows he's pretty much fucking better than everybody else. He can whoop anybody's ass
He's that
that's
fucking
out there.
guy.
Yeah, so he's going to be riding hot. He's going to be hitting harder. He's going to be hitting he's going to be more accurate with his hits. He's just going to be more deliberate in his attack and his approach because he's just going to want to keep proving that he is that guy. He wants to work his way up to that number one spot.
Oh, absolutely. He wants that title shot. That's what he's fucking running for right now. Big name ranked matchup against Dan Ige. I don't think I'll have to let me check real quick. I don't think fucking Ige is ranked 14th or no, Ige isn't ranked anymore. Neither of these guys are ranked anymore, but this should set up Melquizael Costa for a good ranked matchup, which I think is what he's wanting to make that push, and this will put him in prime position to make that push through the rankings.
Yeah, and honestly, if he's on the win streak that he is, I'm surprised he's not already. So he's coming in with that chip on his shoulder too. So he's gonna be fucking going
Oh,
even harder.
he's gonna be moving. Yeah, he's definitely gonna fucking put the pressure on. Um, yeah, Malik Wazell, man, that would be a good one. He fought not too long ago too. He's been active. He's been staying in the fucking ring. He hasn't been letting himself rust, which I respect. Um,
So real quick, do you know whenever fucking Family Dollar Jelly Roll is gonna be fighting again?
I'd have to look and see if there's been a fight announced for him. Um, let me check. Steven Asplund. March 14th, 2026.
All right. Does it say who it's against?
Vitor Petrino, which I'm pretty sure Vitor Petrino is he's a fucking I'm pretty sure Vitor's a fucking light heavyweight, not a heavyweight. Let me just look at his fucking fights here real quick if I can. Oh no, he's fought at both. He's fought at I think he moved up. Based off what I'm seeing, it looked like he didn't have a good run at light heavyweight, so he decided to move up to heavyweight, where he's been doing a little bit better. Um,
Okay.
yeah, that one you already know. Family Dollar, fucking jelly roll all the way on that one.
Oh yeah. You got it. You got to do it just for the memes.
100%, 100%, and he'll do it too. He'll actually go out there and piece him up, which is respect. Um,
But I just realized something.
what's up?
We've never seen both of them in the same room at the same time.
Holy shit! I'm surprised I haven't heard Ryan Upchurch speak on this.
Yeah. And I mean, Jelly Roll, you know, he did have a WWE fight, so he has fought. I
Yes,
mean, he lost, but he
he
fought.
got in there. Yeah, I
So
see what you're
who's to
saying.
say he didn't decide to do the real shit and go to the UFC?
It's shit, dude. I could fucking see it. I could fucking see it.
Just he can get some of that makeup that they use for fucking I don't know his real name, but Zombie Boy from Agent 47, that movie, and 47 Ronin.
I have no idea. I don't know if I don't think
Uh
I've seen that one.
he used to get all of his tattoos done down in Branson at Riggs Monster Tattoo. Shout out to Riggs Monster Tattoo. It's owned by Rob Zombie's old guitarist Riggs whenever he was a white zombie.
Shit.
And he's also got a taco place down there in downtown Branson. Uh, fucking uh, monster walking tacos or some shit like that. But once a month they do a deal where you can bring in like any kind of container and they'll fill it up with like a walking taco deal for like $10.
Shit.
Like people bring in kiddie pools and shit and have them
God
filled up with walking taco for $10.
damn.
So if you're ever in the Branson area, go check out those two places. I can speak for the artists there at Rake's Monster Tattoo. That's where I've gotten about, I'd say 95% of my tattoos done at. And I'm extremely happy with the quality of them. I really like how they've turned out, especially, a lot of them are 10 years old at this point in time.
Yeah, they don't look 10 years old. Gotta give you that. They don't look faded at all. While we're on the topic of tattoo artists, he's on the West Coast, but shout out my artist Cody. Uh yeah, Cody Taylor, I believe is his name. You're Nothing on Instagram. Guy does great work. Wish I was still living out west so I could get tattoos from that guy. Would be the only reason I'd want to move back. But shout out to you, man. Um, Looking on to our next matchup here, we got Geoff Hands of Steel Neal versus Uros Medic. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the episode, Uros Medic had that loss to Soriano just last year, right around this time last year. Geoff Hands of Steel Neal, his most recent loss, like, he only has lost to top fucking competition. Like, he wins if it's a like they're I don't even know how to describe it. His fucking top fights, or his most recent fights, if it's against an aging really good fighter, he beats him. If it's against a no-name fighter, he beats him. If it's against a top prospect that's about to get a title fight, he doesn't beat them. Uros Medic is not a top prospect and he's not about to get a title fight. Geoff Hands of Steel Neal. I'm going to look here and see if they have the other options. Yes, they do. Method of victory, double chance. I'm taking double chance Geoff Neal by TKO or on points.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I don't see any reason to bet against Neal.
No, he's gonna fucking knock his head off. That'll be a fun one to watch.
Yeah, from what I've seen, he's a very, very violent fighter, and I think he is the one guy I wouldn't want. I don't think I could fight.
He openly states that he works at Texas Roadhouse, so he doesn't go out and commit crimes when he isn't fighting.
I respect that.
The fucking rules will keep any man sane.
Then that fucking Sim and Honey Butter. Ooh.
Oh, I got to get out to Texas Roadhouse. It's been a minute.
They sell that shit at Walmart.
Oh yeah, the fucking rolls. Yeah, I know.
No, the butter.
Oh yeah. I haven't
The
gotten it,
the
but I know they
play
do.
the play with the butter. Get that shit and get some of the King's Hawaiian rolls.
Dude, that sounds like fucking crack.
It is.
I gotta try that now. I'm gonna take your advice on that. Um, but keeping that one pretty short because I honestly don't know why the fuck that matchup is even happening. Geoff Neal's gonna knock this dude's head off. Um, Onto our matchup number 3 versus number 4. Sean Strickland versus Anthony Fluffy Hernandez. Fluffy's 15-2, one no contest. Slightly shorter, slightly heavier, 1-inch reach disadvantage. He's a lot better way fucking better in the grappling than Sean Strickland is, but Sean Strickland has pretty damn good takedown defense, I gotta say, from watching him fight. Pretty even numbers on strikes, all things considered, for how Strickland fights. I'm kind of surprised on that. Looking at this matchup here, Fluffy's a favorite, and also Strickland has been heavily egging him on using politics. Strickland is a heavy he's a very big Trump guy. He loves the DJT, and Fluffy obviously is of Hispanic. He's Latino, and Strickland has been making a whole shit ton of ice remarks against Fluffy, which I genuinely think was like the worst idea he could have fucking had. Fluffy is a minus 310 favorite. I'm genuinely gonna go double chance here, and I'm gonna go Fluffy by KO or I think I'm gonna have to go by KO or on points. Or no, by
Yeah,
submission or on points. I'm gonna just fuck it. Better odds KO or submission.
I think the play I'm going to go with here, just based off of everything I've been seeing, I think I probably, just because this is the main event, I did more research on this one. I watched more footage on them. Fucking uh, Strickland's good at the takedowns. That's about it. I mean, he can also hit,
He fights
but
like iCarly.
yeah, but Hernandez, he's just a straight fucking shooter, like fucking gang gang type shit.
Yeah,
Like
and
he's just going to fucking knock him around. He's not going to knock him out. He's just going to keep him. He's going to keep him on his feet just so he can toy with him. It's going to be like a fucking lion playing with a fucking baby gazelle before it fucking inevitably kills it.
so should I do
But
the? Should we roll submission or on points?
uh, I'm going just straight Hernandez decision.
Hernandez decision.
So
I kind of like that too.
so I would go, if you wanted to do the double choice, I would go knockout or points.
All right.
And then with that as well, uh, just because I feel like he is going to let Strickland, he's going to toy with him a little bit. He's going to let Strickland feel like he's going to have a chance there for a minute. So because of that, I'm also going to take Strickland to cover the plus 9.5 point spread.
What? There's a point spread?
Yes.
Where the fuck is that at? Where am I missing the point spread at? What?
It might not be on here yet, but I was checking paper slips. I looked there at fucking Harris Casino. I got on there and looked into it. And yeah, they have a point spread there at the Caesar Sportsbook.
Shoot. Oh shit. Uh, do we want to pair? Do we want to go over or under on rounds? I mean, if we're taking Hernandez by
It's
points, we're taking the over,
yeah, we
but we
gotta
can't
take
parlay
over.
it. Yeah, we can't bet on that because we're already taking him by points. Um,
They even think it's gonna go all the way to the fifth
they think it's gonna.
because
They think it's
of
gonna go to decision.
yeah, because for fight to start round 5, yes is minus 196 and no is plus 144.
Yeah, Strickland, the way he fight, like I'm not gonna lie, the way Strickland fights it, like I could see this being a very boring main event unless Hernandez just puts the fucking pace on him hardcore. Just because Strickland fights at a very defensive. He fights in a very defensive way. He uses a Philly shell defense out of boxing, which is meant to like with the Philly shell. The whole thing is or deflect, block, absorb as many strikes as possible. for as long as possible, wait for the perfect opening and deliver one big shot. But Strickland uses kind of like a modified version of that where he does that to a degree. Like he'll wait for the really big openings, but when he isn't waiting for the really big openings, he's kind of going like, I don't want to say Soviet style, but his jab is kind of Soviet style where it's just he's constantly fucking pressuring you with just really light fucking punches in your face when he's just waiting for those big strikes to open up.
Um, is that all we have for UFC see on Saturday?
Yeah, I think that's our main event, so I'm pretty sure that is. I'll recap for our viewers here on the main card. Uh, Michel Pereira money line against Zachary Reese, Jacoby Smith money line against Josiah Harrell, Serghei Spivac money line against Ante Delia, Melquizael Costa versus Dan Ige, his money line. Jeff Neal by KO TKO are on points, and then Anthony Hernandez by points as well. Those are our picks for the main card. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll slip like $1 on it. Dollar to win $24. Nice little slip there. Um, moving
Do
on
we
from
want to
what's up?
do do we want to make any predictions on any athletes or any famous people, any celebrities that might be there?
Theo Vaughn will be there. It's in Vegas. Max Crosby's been training at the Apex
It's
a
in
lot.
Houston.
Oh, it's in Houston.
Yeah.
Yeah, Theo Vaughn will be there. Uh,
For some reason, I have a feeling either both or one or the other will be there. Big X the plug and that Mexican OT.
I could see it. I could see either of them. It's a Texas event. It would be
I mean,
cool
they're
to
both
see.
from Houston.
Big X is more based out of Dallas though. That's like a 3 hour drive, so I could see him skipping. Big or Mexican OT would make more sense. I'm thinking I'm gonna go Theo Vaughn. I don't think CJ Stroud would be there, but definitely like some notable Texans player will be in the facility. Maybe like Astro player or Astros player. Um, a lot of
I
fighters.
feel like
Usually just a lot
this
of fighters.
I feel like this might be up Micah Parsons' alley. Like if the NFL doesn't work out for him, I feel like he might have a shot at the UFC. So he might be there just scouting out the competition.
That would be cool. The only issue with that is that we've seen it. I can't remember what his fucking name was. It wasn't Austin Lane. It was the other guy. And maybe Austin Lane might have played, but the other guy definitely was the one. There was a Greg Hardy. Greg Hardy, from the NFL, came over to the UFC, and he had a win, but he used the inhaler while he was sitting on his bench to like regain oxygen or whatever, and it got ruled a no contest after the fight because you aren't supposed to do that. And then outside of that, he's kind of just gotten the breaks beaten off of him. So I don't know. NFL to UFC isn't the greatest transition, but apparently Max Crosby is interested in fighting for him. So who knows?
I feel like he's just saying that just to show how much he wants to get the fuck out of Vegas.
It would make sense. I'd want the fuck out of Vegas. Um, what do you want to cover next? Do you want to cover our? We don't have. Oh, we got a break from hockey tomorrow. Uh,
Um, do we want to go into NASCAR real quick?
yeah, we'll cover NASCAR real quick.
All right, we got actually a really good race this weekend.
Auto Trader
They're kind of
400.
blessing us. Yep, at Echo Park in Atlanta. I want to say it's recently paved. I want to say it was paved within the last 5 years, so it's still getting worn in. There is one guy. that I'm really liking. Real young guy. Uh, by the name of Connor Zilisch.
Plus 3,300, Connor Zilisch. What team is he
Yeah, because
racing
I
under?
feel like uh can't remember off the top of my head. Let me go to Google real quick.
Or should I meant like what car is he running? Oh,
I
he's
want to
running a
say they run
Chevy.
Chevys.
Yeah, I'll put $1 on him. That's all you got to say. Me, he's running Chevy
Yeah,
shit.
he's he's driving for Trackhouse Racing. He's 19 years old. You know, last year in the Xfinity Series, he had 10 wins.
Shit.
So last week he had a chance, but he got wrapped up in a wreck. So that kind of squashed his chances there. But I feel like this week going into Atlanta is a shorter track than what Daytona is. I want to say he won at Atlanta in the Xfinity Series last year. So we know he can get the win there. Uh, the Xfinity Series cars, they are a little bit faster than the Cup Series cars, no matter what people try to tell you. But they're running a little bit hotter. I feel like he's going to use that to his advantage, and he's going to wind up pulling one out over some of these vets.
Hmm. I could see that. On my end, personally, I'm gonna run with I'm gonna put a slip in on Chase Elliott to win, and then I'm gonna put a slip in on Alex Bowman to win, and then I'm gonna put a slip in on. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go Bubba Wallace. $1 on Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, and if you wanted to, you could take all those guys and instead of
I like a
you can
triple
do your
chance.
singles. You could do your single slips on there like that, or you can go down and do like say you can do either top 5 finishers and do it between those guys, or you can do a top 10 just to kind of give you a little bit better odds of getting a hit. But I do like those picks from you there. Um, Another guy that I like possibly getting into the top 10 would be fucking Ryan Preece.
I could be wrong, but didn't he have a good Daytona?
Uh, uh Daytona. I know he won the second shootout there at the Daytona.
Oh shit. Yeah, he's got good odds on him. I'll put $1 on him. Yeah, no, so looking over here at the NASCAR some more, he's plus 8,000. I know you said he did really fucking good racing on the road courses, and this isn't a road course. But do you feel like at those odds at the plus 8,000, it could be worth something to. Well, I mean, 8,000 to win. What's he at for top three finish? Do you think it'd be worth putting $1 on him for a top three finish, Shane Van Ginsburg?
Let me see what his line is real quick. Let me get it open. At plus 3,000 for a top 3. I do like it. But
He
yeah,
did.
I feel like
He was high up on the pole late in Daytona.
yeah, he got up. The highest I seen him, I want to say was at 4th. Then, whenever fucking our Rasheed Rice driver of the week, Allgaier, decided to fucking forget how to drive for a minute and cause a wreck that took out a majority of the field. He got wrapped up in and wasn't able to finish, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was it. That
Well,
was a
he
nightmare.
did He did finish, but he was several laps down. Ryan Preece also got wrapped up in that wreck as well.
Yeah, it was a rough wreck there at the end. It's definitely deserving of our Rishi Rice Driver of the Week award there. Um, I think I'm gonna put $1 on him to get a top 3 finish, and I think that's gonna
Yeah,
be the extent of my bets for our Auto Trader 400 here.
yeah,
And
I
then
like that. Real quick, I'm gonna go to NASCAR and see whenever we got our first road course race because I feel like it's got to be coming up soon. Um, yes, we do. Next week we have the Circuit of the Americas.
oh shit, next weekend is our first road course race.
Yep. In Austin, Texas.
Oh shit, I'll be
About 3.5 mile long track.
that'll be fucking sick.
So we're gonna go ahead and put this out here now for next week at the Circuit of the Americas. Take Shane Van Gisbergen to win. We don't know what his odds are yet. We probably won't know till probably about this time next week. But we're gonna go ahead and say it now. Put money on him to win.
Yeah, didn't you say he won every single one of them last year?
If he didn't win every single one of them, he only lost like one.
Yeah, that's good fucking odds. If he isn't the favorite, I'll be shocked. Um, moving on, don't really have much hockey lines posted, which that's kind of I don't know. That's kind of been my thing here lately, but we got two matchups. Oh, it's the semis. That's why. We'll go ahead and cover it because we won't have a new episode up before uh our next episode, or we won't have a new episode out before the games take place. Sorry. Um, Finland at Canada. Finland plus 1.5. Uh, Canada minus 1.5. Over under 5.5. Slovakia, USA. Plus 1.5 line. Over under 5.5. I'm taking USA minus 1.5. I think I'll stay. I think I'll take the under 5.5. We've been having close defensive battles so far. Uh, I am, however, going to take Finland plus 1.5 going over in that one. Canada had a 4-3 win against Czechia today. Real fucking close game. I think Finland is going to be able to duplicate that. Going over, just nature of how their games go. They get goals off. Their opponents have to get goals off. USA,
Well, just seeing the way Canada played today, I don't think they got it in them this year.
I don't either, which that makes me like the plus 1.5 even more for an outright win from Finland.
I mean, I'm liking money line, but I think for the safe bet, I'll go with you on the spread.
Um, yeah, Canada did not look good
And
today.
sorry for the interruption. Just a mid episode hit that I just had here. Uh, I did a live bet before we went live on the podcast. 6 leg college basketball parlay. Kansas money line, Utah minus half a point on the spread, Maryland plus 4.5 on the spread, North Dakota State money line, Marquette plus 8.5 on the spread, and Missouri money line over Vanderbilt. 50 cents paid out $14.
Nice. That's a good win. That's a good win. We definitely like to see those on our pod over here. We were discussing it before. I potentially have a similar situation myself here. Oh, it's settled. Oh, apparently they played the game. Oh, damn. So my five-legger in baseball that we were talking about before the pod started, apparently they did play that game, and guess what the final was? I had San Jose plus 1.5, and the final score was 8-6. Santa Clara won.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
it's
sucks.
yeah, it's a rough one.
What'd you put on it?
Just $1. It was for like 20 though,
What?
which just kind of sucks.
Yeah. Well, at least you were only out $1. I mean, you'll more than likely make that back tomorrow or Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it back. I'm not worried about it. It's just it was just the fucking confusion of it. It sat open with no answer there for so long. Um, Getting back to the Olympics real quick. We got those for the men's. I figure I'll throw women's on here as well, since we only have one match. Or well, we have two matchups tomorrow. We got bronze medal game and the gold medal game. Canada, USA over here in the gold medal game for Winter Olympics. USA minus 1.5 going over 5.5. I think USA scores 5 or 6, and I think Canada scores 1. Um, Sweden and Swiss. Give me Sweden minus 1.5. I think I'll take the under, honestly. I think those are my picks for our final Olympic hockey games here. Well, women's final Olympic hockey games. Men's got one more going. Which also, another thing I'd like to note, did you notice how much longer the women's tournament ran compared to the men's?
Yeah, I did notice that. I don't really understand it because the women's hockey, it seems like it's taken like the whole 2 weeks of the Olympics, whereas men's hockey, they've only gotten like a week.
I'm wondering if it's just less teams competing compared to women's, which could be a possibility, but at the same time, it's just ridiculous because it felt like women's hockey was one of the first Olympic events to go live, whereas men's, they waited a week, started the prelim games, and we're already on the semis of the men's at the same time we're at the gold medal for the women's. It's just, it don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
But I definitely feel like I'm gonna go like those are my picks for the hockey games for our audio listeners. Sweden women's minus 1.5, under 4.5 in the bronze medal for the women's game. USA minus 1.5 puck line, over 5.5 in the gold medal game. And on our men's in the semifinal, Slovakia, USA minus 1.5, staying under 6. Finland at Canada, or Finland and Canada. Finland plus 1.5, over 5.5. That's an 8-leg parlay, $1 on it to win 140. I'll probably also go in here after the podcast and split these up between men's and women's, uh, just for fucking odds sakes. And if women's bust, the men's doesn't bust without even happening. But I'm gonna put that in all together right there. Um, yeah, that's about all of the Olympics. Uh, Moving on over to your bread and butter over here, college basketball. I think we just saw
Let's see
Mizzou
what we
pull out a
got.
1 point win.
Yep, that was the last leg of that 6-legger that I needed.
Fucking home dogs. I don't understand it.
Don't ever bet against Mizzou at home. I don't know what it is, but don't ever bet against them.
Let me see. Do we have a short lineup tomorrow, or am I? Yeah, we don't have. I mean, we kind of do. Um, I figure I don't have any skin in the game with these schools. I'll kind of just let you go through and oh, I see one matchup that I don't know anything about this college basketball shit, but I do know this we have a huge matchup on Saturday.
Oh yeah. Michigan Duke.
Yup.
Yeah, I've seen that too. The one thing I do like is the over at 148.5. I mean, we just seen fucking Arkansas and Alabama put up over 100 points each. I have a feeling this game's gonna fucking turn into that.
I definitely see it too. The stars on both sides.
Like, fuck. I don't know who I want to take. Feel like we almost have to take Duke on this one.
At the +3.
I'm thinking just straight money line
Shit, I'll join you in that.
because they're playing at home against Michigan. I mean, yeah, I like Duke at home here.
I'll follow it. Fucking at home. I could a big matchup. No reason they shouldn't.
And let's see here. Is there anything else calling to me? Tulane and North Texas.
You like
Tulane is going into North Texas 14-10. North Texas is home 13-11. North Texas is on a 3-game win streak. Tulane's on a 2-game win streak. Tulane, they're one of those bubble teams for a bid. So they pretty much got to win out here the rest of the year, and then they got to do good in a conference tournament because even without winning the conference tournament, they're not guaranteed a spot in the tournament.
yeah.
I like Tulane pulling off a upset win here.
I'll agree with you on that. I love the city of New Orleans. Shout out New Orleans. I drove by Tulane campus down there. Them boys, they got to get it done. I want to see Tulane in the tournament. We saw Tulane in the college football playoff. We need to see him in the tourney. I like Tulane.
They're a powerhouse in collegiate sailing.
I thought it was rowing. Or no, it was sailing.
No, yeah,
I
collegiate sailing.
wish we could fucking bet on that. That'd be
And
amazing.
speaking of shit, people wish we could bet on. Fucking shout out to 1x bet.
Do you run a VPN? Because I was trying to fucking check that out and I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, you got to get a NordVPN and set yourself up in Caraco.
And then it'll work for you.
Yeah.
Shit. I mean, I will say shout out 1xBet. From what you tell me and what I've seen, they got the fucking goods.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know what 1xBet is, it's a Russian betting server where all the people that they have playing the fucking games and shit, they are basically fucking Russian prison slaves. They're just there playing sports 24/7.
It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful thing. Truly. Honestly, if I was doing prison time, I'd want to be a fucking sports prison slave. What else am I supposed to do in there?
Yeah, I mean you'll have fucking 5v5 soccer in a fucking 10 by 10 room.
How often do they run into each other?
Quite often, and from what I've seen, they don't do yellow cards or red cards.
Oh, hell yeah. That's the type of action I need in some fucking sports. No penalties, none of that.
Yeah, speaking of which, I have a way of making American soccer 10 times better.
What you got?
Give them all shoulder pads, a hockey helmet, and a wiffle ball bat.
So they're just smacking the shit out of each other with a wiffle ball bat.
Yes, I'm glad you see. I'm glad you were able to see where I was going with that.
I fuck with it. I think it would improve the
Feel like
sport.
I feel like that's the only way we will get Americans to watch soccer.
Or hear me out, right? We do like instead of a hollow plastic bat, we do like a solid plastic bat for the purpose of being able to hit the soccer ball.
Nah, better yet, instead of just doing a plastic bat, we'll just get one of those fungo bats that your coach would use to hit fucking pop flies and grounders to you during practice.
I think that's a great idea. I think that's like a perfect medium there.
Or if we wanted to get more practical with it, because I'm sure that would get expensive, we could just use old bowling pins.
The amount of fucking funny sound effects that would come from that, man.
Yeah, I'd watch it.
I'd watch it too. Shit. Fucking buy out the facility we work at and turn it into that. Um,
Shit, speaking of shit, I'd watch fucking Dana White bring back X Arm.
yeah, Dana White, bring back X Arm. We've been discussing that. We want to see it. Tie some motherfuckers up together, and then have them kick the shit out of each other's heads. It's a beautiful thing. Um, looking back to college
Getting back,
basketball.
yeah,
It,
we got a little
it
sidetracked there. We're doing a little bit of extracurricular activities, if you know what we're talking about. So we get a little sidetracked. We get a little unhinged at some points in time.
Oh, absolutely. If you go and listen closely through certain points of this episode, I'm sure you're here. I'm sure you'll hear some coughing, some fucking torch sizzling, or fucking can cracking. One of the three.
Yeah, or the unmistakable tone of a bong bubbling.
In the bubble. Um, anything else for the basketball that
Um,
stands out to you?
Not really. A lot of them, the money lines are the way they are for a reason. Speaking of which, I just came across one I do like. Uh, CSU Northridge going into UC Santa Barbara.
Mhm.
Uh, Northridge, they're on a 5-game win streak. Santa Barbara, they just dropped their last game. They've dropped 2 out of the last 5 for them. I think I'm going to like Northridge going into Santa Barbara here.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I like that as well.
Just running off of the momentum. They got to gain some ground there in the conference here to try and get a better seeding in the conference tournament. I could see him pulling off a win.
I definitely could too. Just looking at those win stats, it makes sense. They're on a win streak. Other teams on a fairly like they're winning. They're winning games, but at the same time, they're dropping a few, putting film out there on how to beat them in the moment.
And I just found the Doink the Clown shit show game of the night for tomorrow.
Oh, our next Minnesota and Oregon.
Yes. CSU Bakersfield, UC Riverside. Bakersfield going into it 6-18. Riverside going into it 6-19. Both teams have lost their last 5 games.
I'm taking Bakersfield to cover the spread.
Yeah, take Bakersfield to cover the spread and also take the under of 150.5 because that's not fucking happening.
That's way too fucking high. Imagine they get out there and drop 200.
Dude, if they do, I will eat my fucking boot.
That'd be some fucking shit to happen. Um, so we got our Shitso Clown Game of the Week award for that one. Preemptive, like before that even happens, we just know. Uh, any other games? I will say I want to place a bet on this. I don't know what necessarily, but we got a rivalry game tomorrow between Georgia Southern and Georgia State. Personally,
Ooh.
personally, I don't know if I like either of like the way the lines are spread and money line. I don't really like it. I think I like the under though.
Yeah, I would take Georgia Southern money line and the under of 153.5.
I'll agree with that.
Just because Southern they have won 2 of their last 5 games. They're coming into it with a better record. They're 13-12. State they're 7-18. Uh, I mean, Georgia Southern they've gone over in 14 of their games this year so far, but State they've only gone over in 10. And I just don't see enough scoring from both sides to get up to the 153.
No, I agree
I
with
also
that.
don't see Southern. I don't see Southern scoring enough to be able to cover it, by themselves.
Yeah, it's not. I completely agree with you. I have no qualms with your takes on this matchup. I don't see it going over. I definitely see like records. I don't know why the fuck State is a favorite. Like I mean, it's pick 'em odds for the most part, but at the same time, State's technically a favorite. I don't understand that. I'm riding Southern going under.
Now, if you did want to, for the viewers out there, if you did want a Degen play, I am seeing the State spread of -1.5 is +100. If you wanted to, you could take that and put it with the under 153 and you might get a little bit better payout. I mean, you will because it's a positive fucking line, but
By 5.
that yeah, like,
Like here, let me
it's
look. So with Southern money line, it's $1 to win 441. With State spread, it's 450. So that's
but
like
yeah,
$9.
there's not much difference there at all, unless maybe you're parlaying it with some other plays.
Yeah, I don't see any reason because even if State wins, if it's a 1 point game, then that just gets fucked. And in college basketball especially, less risks the better.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of our 6 o'clock slate games tomorrow are just going to be pick 'em odds. I kind of want to stay away from.
I
I
agree with
mean,
you.
Drexel and Northeastern, if you wanted to, you could take the Drexel money line at -105. But even that over under number, I'm not feeling too good about because it could go either way.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna stay away from the rest of these matchups. The lines are either too big or way too tight for me to want to bet on them.
Yeah.
So for
And I
college,
think.
oh, what's up?
Oh, go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead. I'm sorry. I got ahead of myself.
oh no, you're good. What were you gonna say?
I was
So,
just gonna go ahead and go into our next segment, but I forgot that you go over the picks.
oh, okay, yeah. So, got Michigan at Duke going over 148.5. Duke money line. Georgia Southern at Georgia State, under 153.5 with Southern money line. CSU Bakersfield plus 5.5, going under against UC Riverside. And our Shitso Clown Game of the Week award. Tulane money line against North Texas, and then CSU Northridge against UC Santa Barbara. All right, so now we can move into that next segment.
And going into that, pretty much the only thing we really have left for this weekend is the PGA Tour. Coming off the NBA break, I think I'm going to take a couple days from betting on the NBA just to kind of see how things are going. I've seen we've had a few guys going for surgery today. We had LaMelo Ball pull a fucking classic NBA 2K move and get in a fucking car wreck.
Fucking crazy, by
So
the way.
So I think I'm gonna hang back for a little bit and see what everything's looking like. So we'll probably I'd say our next episode we'll probably get back into the NBA, but I want to take this weekend to kind of see how everything's going after the All-Star break
I,
before I give y'all any advice on it. I don't want to steer y'all in the wrong direction.
I agree with that. Don't it's same thing with NHL. We'll probably take a break from, like, today we saw Sidney Crosby, for the Penguins, main player for the Penguins. We saw him go down with a serious injury during the game Canada Czechia. So, like, it's just whenever we see these sorts of breaks, it's why I feel like it's wise to treat it like the season's restarting. Kind of just sit back on the first couple games. But you mentioned
Yeah,
moving on to
so
PGA here. I know this is I mean, I know I say that college basketball is your bread and butter, but you know more about golf than I could ever fucking fathom.
yeah, I mean, you seen how our picks did last week. We only got screwed over by what, two guys, I want to say.
Yeah, and it was down to the last day too. Like every one of our picks was competing the whole weekend.
Yeah, so I mean, I've pretty much followed professional golf very intensely for a solid 4 years. Like every practice round, like anything going on with the PGA Tour, or even the fucking EP World Tour. Hell, I even watched fucking Live. I know these guys pretty well. I've seen these guys play at all levels and all corners of the world. Um, and I still very intently watch golf. I enjoy it. It's also a very good pastime of mine. I enjoy golfing quite a bit. But if you wanted to, I say this every week. Um, but f- uh, for the overall winner, always put $1 or two on Scotty Scheffler.
Oh yeah, I'll put $1 on him. Dollar on Scheffler to win outright.
Yeah. Then we're gonna go over from that. We're gonna go to top 10 finishers. Just to give you a little bit better shot of your bet hitting, and it still comes out to really good odds. Even if you're just doing it as a 4-leg parlay. We are going to shrink it up from the 6-legger last week to a 4-legger this week. Um, so first guy gonna go over with is Victor Hovland. Um, he's got good ball striking abilities here. Um, he knows the course. I mean, they all know the course, but he's this is one of Tiger Woods' course that he likes to play golf at quite a bit, and he's one of those guys that's been playing private rounds with Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's kind of rubbing off on him a little bit here recently, especially just in the way he's been training on the range. I've noticed I've noticed a change in his pattern whenever he's warming up, which is a really weird thing to do for a golfer. You usually don't change a thing, but it seems to be working with him. It seems to be helping him out. So we're going to take him for a top 10 finish. Then, as a world top 10, former world number one, Justin Rose, we got to throw him in there. He's always got the potential to finish within the top 5, even the top 3. So yeah, he's always one of those consistent finishers. He was a little off last weekend, but I feel like that's just kind of one-off thing for him. I don't think it's something to worry about. So I feel like this weekend he'll wind up pulling through for us. Third guy up in the lineup is going to be Serghei Theegala. Uh, he's a younger guy. He's been on the tour now for, I want to say this is his 4th year. I could be wrong. It's either his 3rd or his 4th year on the tour. But he's proven he can be consistent.
Where are his
He's always put
odds? Oh,
his
wait.
odds.
Yeah, what's he? What's it? But what was it? What was his name again?
Serghei Theegala.
Yeah, what are his odds at? 'Cause I can't fucking find him on here.
He's plus 600 to finish top
Oh,
10.
here we go. Serghei Theegala. Yeah, he's plus 50 on or 550 on my end.
Yeah, I put this in a couple days ago. Um, but he's one of those young guys that he's really got the talent and the capabilities behind him to eventually win a major event. And granted, the Genesis Invitational isn't a major event, but it's still one of those ones that'll look good on your resume for a win.
Mm-hmm.
So seeing him competing for that to try and do the best he can, I feel like it's going to be real easy for him to wind up in the top 10.
I completely agree with you.
And rounding out our four-legger here for the top 10, it's going to be family man Tony Finau. Um I don't know if any of the listeners have watched the Full Swing documentary on Netflix or not. Finau used to be one of those golfers that I just absolutely hated. I couldn't stand him. But after the Full Swing documentary came out, and I seen just how much of a family man he is, and just truly what he does for the community, I've gotten a whole new level of respect for him. And his dedication shows in how he's been playing recently. There was a point in time a couple years ago where he almost lost his tour card, and ever since then he's come back firing. And he hasn't really won that much, but he's always up there with the top guys at the end of the weekend. So, and the Genesis Invitational, Tiger Woods, the main guy of the event. He's one of Tony Finau's real big influencers that got him into golf. So just seeing him go out, I can see him go out there and show out for Tiger and get in the top 10 easily.
I completely agree with that. I could see it as well. Yeah, I like those picks a whole lot. That's a good four-legger. Victor Hovland, top 10. Justin Rose, top 10. Sahith Theegala, top 10. And then Tony Finau, top 10. The odds on that makes $1 to win 818 fucking dollars. So that's a real good one right there.
The odds I got on it, I had Hovland at plus 240, Rose at plus 280, the Gala at plus 600, and Finau at plus 650 for a total for a 4-leg parlay. It comes out to plus 67,730. So my 50-cent wager will pay out $339.
Oh, mine's a lot higher. Mine was plus 81,000.
Yeah.
Hovland at plus 310, Rose at plus 310, Theegala at plus 550, and then Finau at plus 650.
So yeah, lines have shifted a little bit, which that's understandable. Practice rounds were yesterday and today, so they were probably seeing some stuff during the practice rounds that they didn't like. But then again, practice rounds are just that. They're practice rounds. They're for guys to really get a feel of how the course is going to play
We're
and
talking about
let them kind of
practice.
get ballsy with it. Yeah, so whenever you're looking at a practice round, unless it's a place like fucking the Masters or whenever they go and play the U.S. Open, I can't remember where it's at this year or the Open. I apologize for that. There's a lot of courses to keep track of, but those are about the only three tournaments where you won't see them like experimenting with their shot in the practice rounds.
Yeah. Um, I think I got one more fun pick, or one more fun thing that we could cover because we don't really have. Like I can check here, but I don't think we have really anything here outside of like. Yeah, can't bet on the Bison yet, so that's no point there. No win totals. Where was it at? Where was the thing I'm looking for? I figure we can take a look at with uh our lack of content here lately. I was wondering if you'd like to take your pick at the CFL Grey Cup winner of 2026.
Oh, let me get to the CFL because I don't even know any of the
I
teams.
I don't either. I know the Owlettes are consistently really good. That's about it.
What was what was the
Saskatchewan.
team that Johnny Manziel played for?
Uh, who did Johnny Manziel? Hamilton Tiger Cats and the Montreal Alouettes. I think I'm gonna take the Tiger Cats just because I like that name more and they got better odds.
Eh, I think I'm going to take the Toronto Argonauts just because they used to have to share a facility with the Toronto Blue Jays.
They won it
And we
here
all know what
recently.
and we all know what happened to him Dracula Flow whenever he went to a Toronto Blue Jays game.
Fuck, dude. Cop pressing me about an ounce of weed. Little does he know I killed the Applebee's hostess 2 months ago. Shit had
They
caught me
tried
so off
driving a
guard.
wooden stake through my heart for whipping my dick out at a Toronto Blue Jays game. But in my defense, I paid the ticket fee.
A fucking men. A fucking men, dude.
And
Alright.
that's a little sample of what we mean by we get a little unhinged throughout the episode.
Oh, absolutely, man. It's fucking 11 o'clock at night. There's so much running through my system, whether it be weed or alcohol, whatever. it gets real fun by the end of it. Um, anything else that you'd like to cover tonight, Caleb?
Um, so unfortunately, we don't have any NBA for tonight for the Internet Explorer uh game of the night, but I do have a fun fact for you.
Let's hear it.
So, one of the most legendary stories about Honus Wagner is how he refused to be featured on a baseball card. And that accidentally created the most valuable collectible in sports history. In 1909, the American Tobacco Company began including Honus Wagner's picture in their cigarette packs as a part of the T206 series, mainly because Wagner was an avid cigarette smoker, but he was also famously anti-cigarette. He didn't want to encourage children to smoke. So he asked the American Tobacco Company to stop production of the card and the cigarette packs because he didn't want kids going to buy the cigarette packs to get his card.
What the
And
hell?
because they pulled the plug on it so early, there's only about that we know of. There's only about 50 to 60 copies that are known to exist today. It's the most iconic MLB card in existence, and the highest record selling for one in 2022 was $7.25 million.
Jesus Christ. Um, I have an Internet Explorer game of the week for you. It's a bit unconventional because we were seeing NHL and NBA both on break around this time period 20 years back. But I do have a Olympic matchup for you for our Internet Explorer game of the day.
Oh boy.
So, February 18th, USA versus Slovakia, which I will say, you know what is very interesting that I'd like to point out?
What's that?
Guess who USA plays on Friday in fucking hockey?
Slovakia?
Yup. Or no, we play Slovakia on Friday. Yep. Um, but so February 18th, Slovakia versus USA. Slovakia final score, Slovakia won 2-1. It was a scoreless first period. Penalty for too many men on the ice by the USA, which is it's the Olympics. That's a bit of a weird one to have. Bit of a two
Yeah.
penalties from each team, second period. Slovakia had more penalties in the third. But we saw in the second period, we saw Slovakia score a goal. We saw USA score a goal. Shout out Marian Hassa for Slovakia getting the goal, and then shout out Brian Ralston for getting the goal. And then in the third period, with a minute 48 left in the game, we saw Peter Bondra score a goal for Slovakia to seal it away for the Slovakians. Shit, sorry. But yeah, it's crazy to see USA. It appears they really just fucked up on the power play, and that was about it.
Yeah, they seem to have been doing that this year too. It seems like.
Yeah, no,
Did I show you that slip that I put in right after work on that game?
I do not believe so.
So I went through and put in a live bet. Let me swipe down to it here. I had Under 3.5 total goals, and Sweden to cover the
Cover.
puck line at 2.5.
They covered, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I know it hit the under because it was like what 2-1 final score.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that fucking USA reversed the score of their game 20 years ago in today's game with a 2-1 final score?
Yeah, and this one, I mean, this one had to go to OT,
Oh yeah.
so
Today was a crazy fucking day, dude. Canada went to OT, we went to fucking OT. Both teams in overtime, man. It was fucking it was a day. It was a good day of hockey, I will say that.
oh yeah.
Uh, but I think that pretty much covers our episode here today for you guys over here or with us here at the Midwest Degenerates podcast. Uh Looking forward to NBA coming back. I'm not sure how long the break is for NHL, but they should be coming back here fairly soon as well. Uh,
Let me check that real quick for you while
oh,
you're doing your spiel.
hell yeah. MLB spring training. We got that starting here on Friday. I don't know if we're gonna be able to bet on it, but that starts up. That's another avenue for us to follow and give you guys picks on. Uh, as always, if you have any luck on any picks, regardless of if we provided them or not, send them our way. We love to always see our viewers hit on picks on the gambling side because Lord knows it ain't fucking easy. Uh,
Yeah.
you find out on the NHL when it comes back.
Uh, I didn't check ESPN. I just checked on FanDuel to see if it'd show anything. I have a feeling it's going to be Monday. I'm getting on
ESPN.
yeah, I'm getting on ESPN now. I had to update my shit for some reason.
We still got a
Wednesday, the
yeah, we got a
25th.
yeah, full week from today. Damn. Yeah, so we'll probably be able to get a or I figure Monday's episode next week will probably give picks on that for our viewers. Um
Yeah, we can see what we can do if it's live.
yeah, just got to hope it's live. Um but yeah, I think that pretty much concludes everything from us. Uh I've been Alex, he's Caleb. We're the Midwest Degenerates and thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep, we'll catch you in the next one.
Peace out, guys.